Yeah.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. Riding around, thought I played a role, Miss Innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos, behind closed doors, she rocked them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong, knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. I say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worried about another bid instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
All stand, please. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. The Solemn Court now stands adjourned, sine die. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. Y'all know what it is. You may be seated up in this motherfucker. Shout out to the Bay Mama Terror's Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what we're going to talk about today is about a good brother. I've been knowing him for the last couple of years. We met on Instagram on the Fuck Child Support page. And he's from Texas. He's from Texas, near the Dallas area. And he's definitely a good brother. This brother, he changed the laws in his mind. He went through the same situation as a lot of us have. But his was even worse. And that's what I say, when you think you got a bad situation when it comes to these baby mama terrorists and this unjust system and manipulation and stuff, it's always someone who has it worse than you. This brother, all he wanted to do was be a father. And because of baby mama terrorism, because of the court system, he had an older son that was murdered. Murdered, being out there in the streets. All he tried to do was save his son before he was headed for self-destruction. He tried, he pleaded, he begged, he did all these things. But the baby mama terrorist said no. But yet call him when son go to jail, when the son go out and don't come home, when he decide to do things they shouldn't be doing. And here's the funny part, sad part, but it's the funny part. He was murdered on Mother's Day. He was on his platform before when it was only 1,000 subscribers. I've been meeting up with this brother, going back and forth to Texas. He even met some of my family members in Texas. And even though he went through all this ordeal, he still had the mindset to change the law in his mind. This brother write books. He's definitely come with men of all diversity to come together. And he got a book called Toast of the Men. He's a book writer. He also self-employed. He also got a good woman. He also changed the laws in his mind. Through all the bullshit he was going through, he still had the mindset to change the laws in his mind. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. Now this brother got a YouTube page, and we definitely gonna push this shit up. He's definitely doing the Lord's work. He definitely got a lot of trials and tribulations. And a lot of us still got trials and tribulations. But when you change the laws of your mind, you keep your veins cold. You live your life to the fullest because you only live once. This is why it's important for us to tell our stories. Whether you got to write books, whether you got to go on social media, whether you got to do videos, whether you got to go out and protest, whatever you got to do, you got to put it out there. Because the stigma that they use that fathers are not good fathers, men don't want to be fathers, they only want to have sex with a woman, go on to the promised land. They don't care about their children. No, it's the opposite. You know, and I'm gonna give you a prime example before I bring the brother on. I want y'all to see something that I post on Facebook. And you got these baby mama terrorists that get so triggered. Instead of telling the truth, they want to say who hurt you, you mad, your mama black, and so on. This is why I tell you, I don't take these baby mama terrorists seriously. And the worst part about it is they continue to come say the same old shit. Now, a lot of y'all got Facebook pages. If y'all know about a page called, I'm going to let y'all check this out right quick. Relationship Talk 2.0, the 2020 edition. I want y'all to check this out right quick. Because no matter what a father do to fight, get custody, be in his son or daughter's lives, they still say, you ain't trying to be a father, you a deadbeat. That's on you. You just can't make this shit up. I want y'all to check this out. And yeah, this is SD Booker's YouTube. Y'all need to subscribe to him. Now I want y'all to see this. This is the page, right? So I posted this right here. Now, the reason why I post this because I say, what's the difference? It's double standards. Here's the prime example. Oh my, like for example, the father want to be a father. He want her to have the child, but she's not ready. So I'm gonna read it out loud. He said, oh my God, I'm gonna be a daddy. She said, oh, I'm not ready for this. Of course, she go to Planned Parenthood. Please don't do this. He's crying, he's hurting. She's like, I'm not ready. My body, my choice. Okay, let's go to the other side of the land when the father don't want to be a father. He want to be able to say, I'm not ready to be a father. I'd rather go on about my business. She says, oh my God, I'm pregnant. He says, I'm not ready to be a father. She has the baby anyway. And she said, please don't do this. He said, I'm not ready. He gone. He gone with the promised land. What's the difference? Ain't no difference. But when you look at society, these baby mama terror supporters, these simp enforcers, they'll say he's the low-life deadbeat and she is doing what she felt was best. You can't make this shit up. So, of course, you come down to here. Now, I want y'all to check this out. Because this is what I mean by they will never have no accountability and they always make excuse. Some girl named Keisha, whoever, she said, where's the double standard at? Because one situation isn't the same as the other. She said, one isn't the same as the other. You're right, it's not. Because you know why? This one over here can do what she want to do. And this one over here can't do what he want to do. She could say, I don't want that child and go get an abortion and ain't nothing he could do. Over here, he don't want to be a father, but he still had to pay child support and possible medical. It doesn't matter. She still could do what she want to do. So you're right, it's not the same. But she say, where's the double standard at? Because one situation isn't the same as the other. Who's to say that the second scenario won't occur once a woman grants that man his wish and doesn't abort the child only for him to walk away once it's born, which is usually how most single mothers become a single mother to begin with. So she said that the majority of women who are single mothers is because the man wanted the child, but then he walked away. She said that's how most single mothers become single mothers to begin with. My response was, I said, false. I said, getting pregnant by a man that you're not married to is usually how most single motherism begin. Am I lying, y'all? When you're not married, if you look up the definition of a single mother, is one who is not married. Whether he's even if he's in the child's life or he's not in the child's life, by definition, you're a single mother if you're not married. And I said, getting pregnant by a man who you're not married to is usually how most single mothers begin. That's a fact. That's a fact. But I'm dummy, Cottage Grove on the couch. So she responded and said, no, it begins when men walk away from their responsibilities and leave women to do it alone. How? You get welfare, you get child support, You get Section 8, you get link cards, you get vouchers, and even if you're the ones that got a job and don't get welfare, you still get child support. But she says they're a single mother because men walk away. No, that's false. That's what I say. These motherfuckers run off their emotions. They go off what they went through because they decided to get a Pookie, a Ray Ray, a low life, or some emotional dude that, hey, it was all good till she crossed that line and he went on about his business. See, that's what I'm saying. So 9 out of 10, she's going through it or went through it or whatever. Baby mama terrorist. And I said false again. I said a single mother is one who isn't married. I said, come on now. And I said, why are you playing stupid? You know what it is. And I said, I understand you don't want to go against the code though. Because they don't. They don't want to go against the code. Now, let me tell you about this one right here. I've been on Facebook like 5 years. She been responding to my posts for about 4 years or 3 years. I ain't got a post on this page for a year. As soon as I post something, she got something to say. Now, of course, she said there isn't one but a 50-year-old been peddling the same lie on a shirt since before I got here. Ignorance is a choice, and you make posts for a man corners anyway. I don't understand. And of course, the one up here that says single motherism is because the man walk away, liked it, of course. And then I just said, I tell you this. I could post 10 years from now, and I guarantee your miserable ass baby mama terrorist will say the same old shit. I said, you gotta love these types. And I said, plus a co-signer who still plays stupid. And then of course somebody said, I have seen men who said they want the kids, but still end up walking away. Which is true. Some men do say they want the kids, but end up walking away. But at the same time, they wasn't married. And then I said, true. I said, now what's the reasons? There's different reasons why men walk away. So let's not pretend like he just walked away because he doesn't want to be a father no more. See, there's different factors to that. And then, of course, the same clown right here. I don't know how you say her name, Quantana Brentony. So I guess these names, you know, it's one of them queens. She said, don't nobody care. Crybaby, you still going to pay it or get locked up, and you got her pregnant, so you loved it. So, again, this cat right here, who I never understand, so worried about paying child support. Ain't nobody say, I pay my child support automatically every week. But she said, now I'll tell you about this clown. She told me that her baby daddy got money. They wanted to get, she said she didn't want to stay with him. I said, he's all these good men and he take care of his kids, but you didn't want to be with him? Nah, I think what it was, yeah, he was a good man, but you fucked up and he don't want your funky ass. So he just do what he do as he's supposed to as a father and leave you alone. So, but you want to come with that lie, rhetoric, whatever. And then I said, why does baby mama Tess continue to talk about paying child support? But then again, that's how dumb these types are. That's what I say. I don't understand. And then here come a simp enforcer. He says, if you make a child, take care of your responsibilities, period. Anything else is a cop-out. If you're not ready, stop fucking. And then, of course, black, the same Keisha who's still talking about men walk away, like that too, because she like, they like simp enforcers. And then I said, this is why you have so many who assume instead of find out what's going on, but these are your super days of today. And then, of course, she come again. No one cares what's going on, crybaby, and keep crying and getting locked up. I never been to jail in my motherfucking life. Never. But whatever you say. Then I said, so why continue to respond? Going on a few years now. You must really care. I said, now that's funny. So that's what I'm saying. These are the types that will always go against you regardless. Regardless. Like I said, this clown been following me for like 3 years and still I could wait a whole year, come with something. Here comes this motherfucker, and try to talk about pay your child support. No one cares, but you steady respond that no one cares. You care. And then, like I say, back to the one up here. She said men walk away is not double standard. And I'm like, so you telling me that you have kids out of wedlock, you don't look at that as a better chance that you'll become a single mother versus getting married, doing it the right way? You can't make this shit up. That's all I can tell you. And the sad part about my brother SD, even despite all the shit that he did, fought, try to be there for his children and stuff like that, he still was the bad guy. He still was the blame. That's why I say you can't make this shit up. Yeah, and that's the thing. The name, sometimes you just can't. I mean, it is what it is. When you got names like Cortana and all this shit, I don't take them seriously anyway. But I just try to understand, like, what are you talking about? you I don't get it, but you know, and they think they smart than the average bear. They think they smarter than the average bear. So yeah. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. And like I say, you can't make this shit up. And but before I bring my brother on, I definitely want to shout out to people who's in the comment section. Let's see what we got in here. We got Jay Sum up in here. Couch Gang, Couch Gang. We got my boy Julius Mays from Wisconsin up in the building. We got Space Kitchen Podcast. Y'all definitely subscribe to this brother, man. He definitely, like I say, got his own business. He's licensed, bonded, got the LLC. He does any type of cookie you want with the edibles in it. You know what I mean? If that's what y'all do, you need to talk to that brother. And he teaches people as well. So subscribe to him on Instagram, Space Kitchen Podcast. He's definitely doing the Lord's work. And that's what you do when you change the laws of your mind. Eventually he'll come on the show and he can tell you how he had to change the laws in his mind. Shout out to you, brother. We see you up in here. We got Maurice up in here from Reese from over east in Chicago. We got Jaylon, the brother who has no kids, 20 years old, going to college and even possibly going to the military. Shout out to the brother Jaylon. We got Game of Lives Matter. That's the bailiff up in here. Y'all need to subscribe to him on Instagram as well, YouTube as well. This brother's definitely doing the Lord's work. He's a pro-black brother, but he also call out everything to the T of what's right or wrong, even in the community. Shout out to Red Pill Wedding. We got Cool Breeze. We got D-Dub all the way from East Chicago to Green Bay, Wisconsin. We got Lonely Warrior. We got A. Griggs from Ohio, who definitely be on the road doing the Lord's work. We got Matthew White. We got E. Senior. We got Mom's Daily Agenda. Shout out to you. We got Philip Reed. We got the Bell 5000. We got my boy D, Black Baby Mama Ted's Bounty Hunter from the East Coast. And also we got Jack Me. We got Lil Big Nate. Y'all definitely subscribe to him, man. He's definitely a conservative brother who talk about Baby Mama Terrorists. He'll be on the show soon. He was married and he ended up going through divorce. And they tried to screw him when it came to child support, but he ended up getting custody of his kids. So shout out to that brother, Lil Big Nate. Y'all definitely subscribe to him too. We got Maurice Clark up in here. We got who else we got up in here? We got Angry Bus Driver up in the building. And also we got Sergeant Tyson. I want to give a shout out to Sergeant Tyson for the $1.99 super sticker all the way from the East Coast. Appreciate my brother. We also got, who else we got in here? We got the world-class Noble all the way from Baltimore dealing with the Baltimore whores out there. Shout out to my boy Noble. We got Warhammer, who's living a free agent lifestyle, no kids, not married, and he's living life to the fullest. Shout out to him. We also got Julius Mays with the $5 donation. He said, great appreciation with my sister's book, Mr. Booker. So Julius Mays know about SD Booker. So he knows. He knows. So shout out to Julius Mays once again, donating and also getting that book. Y'all know what it, you know what it is, bro. Clan Killer from San Diego. And also we got Perverted at Best. Y'all, you on them names, man. Y'all names, man. Shout out to you, brother. And shout out to everybody else. We got 77 up in here. Appreciate y'all. Definitely hit the like button, coming up here, and definitely share it. Please subscribe to my brother. The link is in the description box. Also, in the comments. And also the link where you get the book will be out here in a few minutes. And without further ado, I want to bring in my brother from Texas, who I've been knowing for a couple of years, been around him. Hey, did a cigar, did the drink, had a nice time. And we talked, definitely trying to change men, bring masculinity back and build a brotherhood. So without further ado, I want to give shots to my man, SD Booker. What's going on? What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, man? I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you to the fullest. Come back on here, man. It's been a minute since you came on here, man. You know, back you got like 1,000 subscribers and shit, you know. But hey, keep hustling, keep grinding. It definitely rises up. You know, how you feeling today?
Man, I feel great, brother. I feel great, man. Woke up grinding and working, doing some productive things, man. So yeah, man, it's good to be on here with you.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now, I want you to tell everybody who you are, what you do, you know what I'm saying, and you know, what's going on with you.
No doubt. Man, I'm SD Booker, content creator, author, published author, self-published entrepreneur. You can subscribe to my YouTube page at A Toast to the Men with SD Booker, or go to my IG at s.d.booker. And that's what I do, man. I give information to men, try to help men grow and operate on a high level vibration, man, and avoid some mistakes I made.
Right, most definitely. And how long you been writing books, brother?
Wow, that's a good question. Technically, I've been writing short stories since I was probably 8, 9 years old.
Okay.
Short stories, even some playwrights. 2 years ago, this book, A Toast to the Men, that's my first published book. So as a professional, I guess only 2 years. As an amateur, man, all the way back since I was 8, man. This is my gift.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Now, that was the link. It's in the description box. Matter of fact, I'm definitely gonna tag it to the top. This is also Little Big Nate's channel, also, y'all. A lot of y'all know who Little Big Nate is, but definitely subscribe to him, man. He's part of the Black Manosphere, and he's one of the Black Manosphere representatives that I fuck with. Y'all definitely need to subscribe. And this is also SD Booker's YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's definitely get him out there. This is also his book where you go pick up. We're gonna talk about the Toast to the Men, but what I want to do, like I told everybody here before, I want to talk about your situation where, you know, you did it the right way, got married, and unfortunately you get divorced, and of course, side with them, and how your son went through the situation with a lack of father to the point where he lost his life, and how you try to get him away from what was going on.
Oh yeah, man. Well, we'll start out with the situation that inspired me to write this book. But like I said, man, I've been gifted at writing, so this is long overdue. But this gave me the inspiration to write this. Because, man, I was going through so much that I had to release some tension, you know, because I had some thoughts of hurting some people, man. So I had to release some tension before I went too far. And so I got a divorce, and man, before the divorce, of course, you separate. So it was rocky from the separation, man. You know, withholding my kids, you know, all that, the whole nine, right? Playing games. She's supposed to meet me here. She's not here. She forgot to meet me, all that stuff, right?
You forgot, huh?
So you can feel it, right?
Yeah, she forgot. Yeah, okay.
So we get to a place eventually where we're cordial, and everything is okay. It's okay. But it turned up and got back worse. As worse than before when I started dating. When I started dating my now wife, man, that's when the drama started, right? When I started dating. And from there, man, it was drama. And when I finally got married, you know, bro, it was drama the week after I got married, man, over my son's tuxedo suit, man, at my wedding. Some miscommunication about his tuxedo suit, bro. But that was just the surface of it. It was something deeper, right? So from there, man, she withheld my kids, man, from me for about 9 months. Didn't see my kids for about 9 months. Finally, man, got an attorney, took the court, fought for joint custody, and eventually got joint custody, man. But you know that hit her ego. So
let me ask you a question: was it joint physical custody, or was it just joint? You know, with joint custody, at least in Illinois, joint custody means that you just got equal say when it comes to the medical education, extracurricular activity, and religion. Did you have joint physical custody? Well, y'all had equal visitation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you had equal parenting.
Yeah, it was equal parenting. Yeah, they
was good. In Texas?
Stayed with her.
In Texas?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. I had equal custody, man. I'm talking about they might spend just depend alternate weeks. Yeah, you know, so yeah, I had equal custody. So from there, man, it got worse. There was an incident where my son got in trouble at school. He made a sexual gesture. And at the time, he's like eight or nine. He made a sexual gesture with his tongue and fingers to a young lady. Got kicked out of school, man. Actually, he didn't get kicked out of school. Got a warning. The teacher told my wife what happened when she picked him up. I got home from work. I was told what happened. So I get it, man. Him being a young man, about to hit puberty. I get it. I really wasn't tripping so hard, but I'm letting him know, man, you got to be careful. Man, this could be potentially a criminal case, man. It's not like when I was a kid. You know, this is a different world now. So you got to be careful. So what you do, hey, man, just go apologize, write a letter to the teacher, because he did this in front of the class. It was a big deal. And I don't know what this young girl's parents are going to do, but we're going to get ahead of it and just apologize and write a letter. So the next week, man, he was supposed to do that when he went back to school. The next week, he's with his mom. So I give him a week after. But even before that, man, I called him, asked him, did he do it? He said, yeah, Dad, I took care of it. So when I get him back, the teacher tells my wife again, when she picks him up, like, my wife asked, did my son do what he was supposed to do, apologize and get this letter over? And he's like, no, he didn't do anything. He acted like nothing happened. So that's when I turned it up on him, man. So, I got home and found out what happened. And I gave him a good smoking. Now, for you who don't know, a smoking is a military term. I was in the military. That's push-ups, sit-ups, 6 inches, running in place. That's a smoking. And so that's what I did. And I ain't lie, I jacked him up by his shirt. But that's all the ammunition she needed, man, when she found that I got to jack him up by his shirt. Because try to get him to wake up to see the severity of what he's doing, man. I'm trying to protect you from the system. So he gets back with his mom. And I was supposed to get him that Christmas. She withholds him. Don't answer my calls, don't answer her door. And I later found out, because I was served an order of protection. I was served during Christmas time, before Christmas, an order of protection. And so she said I choked him, and so I had to go to court for that. Representing myself, man, the order of protection case, like 2 months later, won that. So, bam, that didn't work. She went to CPS. They did an investigation about it. They come back and say, hey, we can't find anything, and, we're going to drop it. I guess she complained. A week later, man, they came back and said, we're going to do a deeper investigation, a forensic investigation.
For doing push-ups?
No, because I grabbed him by the shirt. But she said I choked him. So,
Dang.
Yeah, so they did a forensic investigation. Came back, nothing. They're going to drop it. Man, that didn't work. So she went to the city I lived in, man, filed a police report. And that's when it took off, man. And I interviewed, me and my wife spoke to the detective, man. And I knew he didn't have anything because we walked into the police department without an attorney, spoke to him, and after the interview, we walked out. Now, if you know what I know, man, if they got anything on you, like, you ain't walking out of that police department.
100%. No.
Right. And we had no attorney at the time. So anyway, we walked out. He said he's going to give it up to his superior, let them make a decision. About 3 weeks later, he hit me up. He said, hey, my superior said they're going to push forward and file charges against you. He's like, hey, man, it was out of my hands. He said, I'm going to give you 3 weeks, for you to turn yourself in so you get your affairs in order. And that's just what it was. It played out. End up going back and forth to court, man, over time, probably over 9 months to a year, back and forth. Now, the whole time, man, I can't be near my kids because this case is open, right? I'm out on bond. So when I turned myself in, I skipped that. I bonded out eventually. And,
So let me ask, I'm sorry to cut you off, but what did they charge you with?
Abuse to a minor. I think physical abuse to a minor. I think that was the deal.
Even though they didn't have no proof, they didn't find no forensic, none like that. And I take it your son took it and ran with it too. He had to say, yeah, he choked me.
I don't think so, man, because I'll get to that. I'll get to that. I'll tell you why I don't think so. So yeah, they pushed forward because I think she was barking a lot. Just like with CPS, had to come back after they dropped it. They came back. Well, after they told me they dropped it, they came back and said we're going to do a forensic investigation because I think that was her barking, and so that was dropped too. Of course, I said, but so they pushed forward, man. They go from a felony. This was a felony. They go from a felony, offered me 2 years in the pen, bro. I was like, no. They wanted all kind of plea deals. Man, they went from that to after a few months, they said, hey, if you just write a letter to your son apologizing, we'll drop it. I said, nope.
No, because they'll still go on your record as you guilty.
Yes. I said, nope, nothing. I said, nothing. And so eventually, man, they said, we got nothing. They threw it out. It was a felony, so I was indicted. So, this has to go before a grand jury with a felony. And the grand jury has to say, yes, we indict him. So I was indicted. And eventually it was thrown out. I didn't go to trial. No plea agreement, no trial. It was thrown out. And that's just what it was, man. But the district attorney told me the last court date when we was dropping it, throwing it out. He told me, hey, man, this woman has it out for you. He said, man, she has it out for you, man. He said, your son didn't want anything to do with this. He said, but she kept pushing it and she got it out for you. He said, man, if I was you, I'll stay away from her.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now, it's obvious that the state's attorney, right?
Right.
The state's attorney knew what was up. That police detective knew what was up. CPS knew what was up. Father, I'm concerned the family court or the criminal court knew what was up. Why did they continue to engage and entertain her because she just run off at the mouth? Why do you think that is in your opinion? Because you really don't know. But you think that they allowed this to go far as it did?
Yeah, I don't know for a fact, but this is just my speculation, right? When women bark and when they bark and bark and bark, sometimes the squeaky wheel gets fixed, sometimes it gets ignored, right?
Right.
But when you compound that with me being a black man, now I know for a fact a lot of black men don't stand their ground and go face to face, head to head with the court system. They get scared. They're educated about the process, and they take plea deals. They fold. Bro, I wasn't folding. I was prepared for it not to go in my favor and to go to jail, but I wasn't folding. I wasn't copping out to anything. If it wasn't thrown out, we was gonna have to go to trial. That was my stance on it. And so they bluffed. They called my bluff, and they were wrong. Because as you know, probably a lot of men cop out, especially black men. We cop out. We don't. We hate going to court. We hate facing the DA, the judge. Hey, man, I was confident. You put me on that stand, I could represent myself well, articulate myself well. I'm a stable man, stable employment. Hey, I got a good track record. So let's go. And they called my bluff, and they lost.
Man, now let me ask you, with all this going on, how long were you separated from your son?
Well, he has a sister, so it's my son and the daughter, and my daughter. So, man, probably 9 months, man. I would say 9 to 11 months.
So you were still able to see your daughter. You just couldn't see your son.
No, I couldn't be around any kids. That was part of my bond. I couldn't be around any kids, man. I couldn't be around your kids.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was part of my bail, my bond agreement.
How much was your bail, if you don't mind me asking?
I think that one. Well, when I got arrested, when I turned myself in my city, is a suburb of Dallas.
Okay.
It was $20K. Dallas City. I'm in Dallas County. Dallas City came and got me, and it dropped to $5K. I was able to bond out. Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this. How did you feel knowing, because you knew this, how did you feel, and they knew it too, how did you feel you getting arrested being accused of being abusive to your son, all because of a false allegation, and all because the baby mama terrorists hate you that much. He wanted you to serve time in prison. How did you feel knowing that this woman who y'all had kids with is trying to set you up for failure? All because, not because you didn't want to be a father, not because you escaped your responsibility, all because two things. One, you had physical joint custody, and because you got married and just living your life.
Right.
How do you feel going through that?
I mean, the act itself, it didn't really shock me, man. When the detective called that we're gonna move forward, the first things out of my mouth were, man, I knew it. I knew it, man. You know what I'm saying? Those were the first words out of my mouth. So the act itself didn't surprise me. I know how women can be when bitter, when scorned, or they perceive themselves to be scorned. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Not be factual. And so and I know how it is, man, that ego. So it had to be embarrassing for her to lose full custody, right? Because they take it as, and it looks like to other people, she's an unfit mother. Opposed to the stance, man, this is a good father. People look at it like she's an unfit mother. So that's a bruise to the ego.
You know, I'm glad you said that. I want to ask this. I got to ask you this dumbass question because I'm from Cottage Grove, but I got to ask you this. I don't get that stigma that, so you telling me y'all was married, you had kids, you did it the right way, because they say we don't do it the right way. Y'all get divorced, whoever filed, doesn't matter. And because you end up getting equal parenting time, that's a loss to the mother when both of y'all was together and you had the children. But now that you got equal parenting time, you didn't get sole custody. Hell, you didn't even get primary custody. So you telling me because you got equal parenting time, that's a bruise to her ego or the common woman, because a lot of them do say that. If you get equal parenting time, you must be a bad mother. And I think that's some bullshit, because it should be automatic equal parenting unless you can prove that he or she is unfit otherwise to have equal parenting.
Right.
Why do you think people have that stigma that you got equal parenting? That's a blow to the heart, that you're not good enough to have equal parenting, even though you married this woman, y'all had children together, and you still want to be a father. Why? Why do you think that is? That's some shit.
Right. Well, I think that's a stigma that's been long lasting for a while, man. For a while, and I think it's going to take a while for us to adapt. You know, this is kind of brand new across the board for men wanting joint custody or thinking they can have it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, back in the 80s, you know, I was born in 76, but so I don't remember the 70s. So in the 80s.
Right. See, me too. I'm 79.
So in the 80s, man, that wasn't even a thought, I don't think, of men to even get joint. You know what I'm saying? And also it was a different world too. A lot of brothers was working in factories, you know, plants. They didn't have time to really do that, I don't think. I don't know. But it's a different ball game now, right? So right now we're both working from home, right?
Yeah,
so
I sleep on the couch. That's what I do. Yeah.
Right. So it's a different world. You know, it's a different world. And you know, I think we've evolved to an extent. And so yeah, it's just that stigma that's there, man. That if a man gets joint or primary custody, that's a mark on the woman's character. And yeah, we got to kill that, man, because it's hurting us. It's hurting.
I'm glad you said, but that's the thing I don't understand. They sit back and say that this system is fair until they don't get primary custody, until the woman had to do equal parenting. Now all of a sudden it's not fair. But if you the man gets every other weekend, it's very fair. I don't get that bullshit. But you know, people say that it's just the way it is, or they say it is fair. See,
but you know that. And hey, man, I think most women have a sense of entitlement, and so that's that sense of entitlement, man.
100%.
Yeah, that's that sense of entitlement, man. Like, yeah, when 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 they're hit with what we're hit with, it's unfair. So it's just like that thing. Hey, man, I think most wives feel this way. Your money is our money. My money is my money. You know what I'm saying? It's that thing.
Yeah, 100%. I want to give a shout out to Perfect Blackness with $5 donation. She says a DA could get a grand jury to indict a ham sandwich. They're gonna let it go as far as they can to keep the child support payments going. You can't make this shit up. Shout out to Perfect Blackness. That's a question. Even though you had equal parenting time, did you still have to pay child support?
Yeah, still had to pay child support.
Okay, because a lot of people think that because you got equal parenting time, that means ain't no child support. And I told them it depends on the state.
Right.
And it depends who make more money. That's not true. You can get
Right.
equal parenting time and still be on child support.
Right.
I want to ask you this. Since you had to pay child support, I'm assuming it's because you made more money. They still went off both incomes.
Yeah, I made more money. Yeah, I made more money, bro. So, I wasn't even really tripping on the child support. I'm always gonna make bread, and that's gonna dry out, man. That's gonna at 18 years old. I'm in Texas at 18, 17, 18. Hey, I hope you did some productive with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's no replacement, man. Me spending that time with my kids.
100%. So let me ask you this: when everything was over with, they found out, they threw it out. Did you still have the equal parenting, or did they automatically give it to her when all this was going on?
No. They had to keep the order in place because I wouldn't even not found not guilty. It was thrown out. So yeah, to be found not guilty, you have to go to trial or whatever, right? But it was thrown out. So it was like a waste of time, basically. So the order was still in place. Yeah.
No, I'm just asking because sometimes what happens is while you going through this, they run to the courts, get a restraining order, then they turn around and try to get it. And depending on that judge, he actually give it to her. So that's why I wanted to know, because Texas is not we know how family court is in Texas. We know.
She tried the restraining order, and I represent myself, beat her attorney, and that was thrown out. CPS thrown out. So her last recourse was his criminal. Yeah, with the city. Yeah.
Now let me ask you: your son that we talking about is not the same son that was murdered. This is another son, because I don't want nobody to get it confused. This is not the same son who was murdered. We'll get to that.
Right.
So how was it? Because here's the thing, like you say, your son didn't go against you. He didn't want no part of it. How did it feel when you was getting your children again? Because sometimes you can have that animosity towards the kid, even though it's not their fault.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you caused this. You made a big stink about this. It didn't have to go like that. I did. I went through that. So how was it with them coming back after 9 months or 10 months of you not being around them, not being able to talk to them, not be able to go to their schools, not to be able to even be a father? How was that getting back into the program of the equal parenting? How was it?
Well, to be honest, man, I when the DA told me that, like, man, if I was you, I would stay away from her. Initially, I was like, man, what are you talking about, man? I'm going to see my kids. But then I thought about it, and I was like, man, what would she try next? What would she try next, man? And I beat this. This was thrown out. I said, but what if she says I sexually touched my daughter? What if this is next? That's a whole different monkey, bro. So I messaged my daughter, because my daughter during this time, we were supposed to not have any contact. But anyway, I messaged her when this was thrown out. And I said, listen, to protect myself and to protect y'all, hey, I gotta cut off all ties with your mom. I said, but I'm available. You can contact me. I said, you can come to me. She can drop you off over here, but I'm not going to her. And I knew in my mind I was going to record every situation, every movement in my home from that point forward. Her mom didn't want to agree with that, and so that's just what it is, man.
So basically, what you telling me, you basically washed your hands and moved on.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I lost too much, man. I forgot to tell you, man. I lost my job doing that. Period,
Oh,
over that allegation. Yeah, yeah,
uh, can you elaborate on you losing your job, your livelihood, to
yeah.
take your house over there as well as over there because you paying child support?
Right, right.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, man. My job at the time does periodic background checks, man. Because although I worked in IT, the company was a company that dealt with a lot of truckers. So you know, you got to make sure the truckers don't have DUIs, DWIs.
Mm-hmm.
But they made it a company standard to do periodic background checks, man. And that came up as a pending felony. Yeah, the DA did that. And I found out through my attorney that the DA did not have to tag my name with the pending felony because it wasn't a conviction. I was going through the court system still. But he tagged pending felony to my name. And yeah, man, that hurt me. That hurt me for his liability. They didn't want to be liable. Something came out. Yeah, I was released from a pending felony. I didn't even know they can do that, man. Tag your name like that without a, yeah, but that's real.
So how long were you at the job before you had got cut?
Man, I was there probably about a year. Yeah, I'm a consultant, so I'm an independent consultant, man, in IT, a project manager. So I'm like a
You
hired,
was an employee worker with them, and they got rid of you.
yeah. I'm a hired gun, man. I go in and fix people's problems, and then I'm out. I might be there a year, 2 years, 3 years. Yeah.
Did you find out? Find that out once everything was done? They said, "Hey, we throwing the case out," or did you find out after they threw the case out that you was no longer allowed to work for that company?
No. I found out in the midst of going through the case. This periodic background check was conducted as I was going through the case, as I was going through court, back and forth to court. This is when this was conducted. That's when I found out.
So let me ask you this. So that means if you didn't have no income coming in because
Right.
they let you go, I'm sure you was behind on your bills, maybe your mortgage. You also was behind on child support.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I put that in. Yeah, I put that in the book, man. That was one of my concerns, falling back on child support. And man, baby, for a year, man, I was late on every bill, bro. Yeah.
Mm.
Because you got these court fees, you got these attorney fees, but you still got child support. But then I lose my job, so you know we have to go into 401k savings, all that, bro.
Now let me ask you this: how did that feel, knowing that he basically destroyed your livelihood at the time? Because, like you said, you had a good job, you was self-employed, you was a consultant, and everything was afloat. You paying your child support on time because they say you don't. You paying your child support, you paying your mortgage. Everything's good. Life is not bad. You send your kids equal parenting. So now, not only she take your kids away or try to destroy your livelihood with putting a record on your report card, it actually got you fired from your livelihood.
Right.
How did that make you feel?
Man, at the time it was a big blow. You know, that was compounded pressure. But you know, once that calmed down, man, just with my mindset, my will to survive and fight and thrive, I was like, man, I'm gonna come out from this even better, even stronger, even more money. And I kept telling myself, man, I'm gonna have a hell of a testimony when this all done. So that's just my mindset, man. Like, determined not to be broken, though.
So basically, you kept your veins cold.
No doubt, man.
I got a good question from my brother Noble, the world's class. He said, "What happened with his wife while all this was going on? What happened with your wife while all this was going on? What was going on with your wife?"
Bro, my wife was frustrated and angry, and at some point I had to check myself because when I said I had plans and doing something hurtful to someone, man. Now my wife, man, is a girly, feminine, you know. But when I saw her demeanor changing, she was getting to that level I was at. I'm telling you, I had this thing planned out, man. And when I saw her changing, and she was like with it, I was like, whoa, I got to slow down. You know, I'm changing. Her personality is changing, so I got to take the high road. And because I'm still a leader, I'm still a husband, and she's following my suit. So I got to bring it down. And so her personality doesn't change, man, go into that darkness. But yeah, man, it was rough, man. She loved my kids. They love her. Yeah.
So basically, she rode with you through thick and thin. She didn't cross over to the feminist ideology that you wrong for fighting, you wrong for doing all this. And even when you lost your job, and even when you basically lost your part of your livelihood, she didn't pack up and run.
No, man, she held it down, man. She held it down. And this is a side note, and this is a side note for men who are married or got a significant other, man. When it was all done, the smoke cleared, I asked her, I said, you know, because we had never had a test like that. And so I asked her, I said, why'd you never complain and stick around when I was going through all that, man? Just held it down. She said, I knew you would always come out of it. You know, I knew you would come back up. I knew how you were built. And for men, brother, I think she stuck around. What she was saying is, I had built up equity. I had established equity. So, you know, some women, no matter what kind of equity you establish, won't stick around. Right. But I'm telling you, it helps if you establish yourself as a provider, as a protector, and then you hit a rough road. You know, I think a lot of women will ride it out because they know how you built. You've already set the tone.
Okay, most definitely. The thing is, I can't say that when it comes to my wife, she was with me through thick and thin. You know, when I was going through with the baby mama terrorist, you know what I'm saying, and she didn't do the 360 because that's what I was waiting on, 360, but it didn't happen. So no, that's what's up, because you know the most divorce, other than just no fault, divorces, a lot of divorce happens because of finances.
Right.
And that man lose that finance, or it ain't the same like it was. All of a sudden, they decide to get a divorce and still try to get alimony and child support or whatever else you can get for free and go on to the promised land to the next sucker. So, you know, definitely shout out to your wife for sticking through.
No doubt.
I want to give a shout out to E Senior for the $5 cash. I appreciate you, my brother, to the fullest. I also want to give a shout out to Dead Set, man. Shout out to Dead Set for the $10 donation. She said posting pending charges is standard for Texas. I used to live in Dallas. If you get a traffic ticket, it posts as a warrant until the ticket is paid or dismissed. Damn, I ain't know that. Shout out to you, brother. I think they do that in Atlanta, in Georgia. They do the same thing in Georgia with that ticket. They put a warrant out for your arrest. They don't do that in Illinois. Wow, you can't make this shit up. But so with that being said, you had basically you wash your hands and moved on. You let the children know that hey, I gotta stay away from her. If she decided to bring you over here, that's fine. And of course, she's not gonna do that. That's an opportunity to keep you away.
Right.
So how old were your children at the time with that situation?
Wow, man. I want to say my daughter was 8, my son was 10. That's what I want to say, man. Yeah, I think my daughter was 8, my son was 10. You know, recently, me and my daughter have been in contact with each other, you know, messaging. And, you know, she feels some kind of way, even though I explained to her years ago what was going on. But, and hey, man, listen, I expect it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I got to protect myself first because, you know what I'm saying, I'm no good because I had this notion to be this father, but these forces were fighting against me, and I end up in the penitentiary. So then how do you look at me? I'm in the penitentiary.
Yeah, you'll be a jailbird.
Right. So you know it's a lose-lose, brother. But hey, I gotta stay free so I get to tell my story. Me and you are not talking if I'm in the penitentiary, brother. I don't write the book if I'm in the penitentiary.
Right. Well, you know, it is what it is with that. And of course that was years ago. Do you talk to your son and daughter to this day?
Yeah, yeah.
2001.
And my daughter's been communicating. I haven't spoken to my son, and he probably feels a way because he was put in the middle. In the DA said, man, your son wanted nothing to do with this, so he probably feels a way. But I told him through his sister, hey man, it's not his fault. He's put in a situation he shouldn't have been put in. I love him, and hey man, water under the bridge.
100%. But how do you feel about not being able to build and have that bond with your children? See, because of course, when you was married and you was there, you didn't have them problems. But all of
Mhm.
a sudden, y'all, break up, get divorced, fail relationship, and you decide to move on with your life. All of a sudden, now you not the most best fit. You a deadbeat. You abuser and everything else. How do you feel not being able to see your kids because you had to save yourself for all them years? Because I'm assuming they were 9, 10, so that had to be another what, almost 12 to 13 years, right?
Well, no, this began. The book came out in 2019. I started writing in 2018. This began, man. I want to say 2014, 2015. This when this all began.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Well, I gotta ask you, how was you able to continue with your life, knowing that you're not, not around your son or daughter? Understanding to be why you had to wash your hands, move on. Shout out to
Right.
you for that 100%. All the time, wash your hands, move on. But I want to know, like, how did you feel emotionally when it came knowing that you not be able to watch your kids grow up, high school, get grown and stuff like that. How did you feel mentally, and also what did you do to keep moving? Because a lot of cats will fall off, put they self up for failure, low
Mhm.
thing. What was your mental going? What was your mental like, and what was you going through, and what did you do to continue to keep it moving? Because it's not easy, other than
Right,
keep your hands cold, of course.
right, right. Well, you got to understand, man, that everything we go through, man, is just not in vain. It's for a reason, right? And that's part of my sport, my story. This is part of my story. So I can either be depressed and say, "Woe is me," and quit, or I can say, this was a lesson learned. Let me share this with other men, show other men, man, you can come back from this, and how to even avoid it. How to avoid it, and and that energy, man, all that love that energy had, because I'm a natural father, man. I wasn't always a good husband or boyfriend, but I'm a natural father. So that's the way to hurt me, and she knew that. But uh, you gotta put that energy somewhere else. Got to transmute it into something else. And right now, man, it's into mentoring. It's into writing books, working on my second book. It's into podcast. It's into business. So I put that energy over to somewhere else, man, and just keep it moving. Emotionally, it could be tough at times. I love it, but like I said, I got a lot more life to live. Probably another 40, 50 years on this earth. So man,
Mhm.
I keep it moving. And I do believe that eventually, man, the truth comes out. Uh, and it all come back together. I believe that.
And I'm glad you said that because I tell men that you have to keep your veins cold. It's gonna be a lot of hurtful things you see here and indulge because they coming for you to stain your name. They coming to destroy you,
Right,
and it's gonna be you getting your foundation destroyed while she continue to live her life like a king, not a queen, a king, and keep doing what she doing.
right, right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Well, so this book, man, A Toast to the Men, it's all over Dallas, brother. So my kids know about this book. I talked to my daughter; she knows about the book. Her people know about the book. Her mom, it's all over, man. So she can't avoid it. She can't. It's all in her face, and that's not to brag or boast, but everybody gets to see on full display. Like, man, that's a strong brother. Ain't no breaking them. So yeah, I don't worry about what people say
oh,
or
you take right.
Yeah, all the narratives they create.
Right.
Hey man, I put a lot in the book, a lot.
I do understand, and this is why I tell the fellas on here, man. You have to keep your veins cold. You only live once, and you cannot let nobody destroy your livelihood. Whether it's a manipulated ass kid, a baby mama test, your mom that's supporting a baby mama test, your fake ass friends, the family. Because when this something like this happens, this ain't when you know who you got your true friends, the family, and everything else to ride with you or go against you. Did you feel at one point that you was all alone when this situation was going on?
I wouldn't say all alone, man. My wife was riding with me.
Okay.
Other than
Outside your wife though.
no,
Outside your wife.
I didn't have anybody outside my wife.
Okay, that's what I want to know. I know your wife rode with you to think but I mean outside your wife,
Nah,
family, close friends.
Nah, man. They didn't understand. Nah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And to their defense, man, I kept a lot to myself too, man. I'm not one to really pout or cry, man. So I kept a lot in and just handling it. And but yeah, it's just me and my wife riding.
I understand. I want to give a shout out to Michael Ross for the $10 donation. I appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to Chicago Rilla for the $15 donation. He says, hashtag, you already know, fuck child support. Appreciate you, my brother. He's another Chicago native.
Is that Chicago Rilla with
yes.
Latif, was it Latif?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Salute, brother. I like that brother's take on things.
Yeah, he's definitely he's one of the hosts on there, and they out there doing the Lord's work. Latif Show. Y'all definitely subscribe to them. If you're not subscribed, he's been on this page basically since I started. I didn't know he was part of Latif Show. I didn't hear about the Latif Show until like last year. And you just never know who watched you and actually support you. You know what I mean? So
and I like that brother's take, his perspective.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Chicago Rilla and Anton and Latif.
Yeah, yeah, you got the ladies.
Yeah. I don't know them all by name, so I mean, ladies is definitely doing the Lord's work as well.
No doubt.
Y'all definitely need to subscribe to them as well. But shout out to Chicago Rilla for the $15 donation. See, a lot of men can relate to that shit when it comes to that shit. I also want to give a shout out to the dislike I have. I got a dislike. See, I told y'all when it comes to the dislikes, I love it because when you give me a dislike, the dislike goes somewhere in the algorithm. I'd rather get a dislike than none at all. So without further ado, I gotta give a shout out to Reverend Next, who also tell you how you feel about the dislike.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Not at all. So I appreciate the dislike because the truth hurts. People getting their feelings because the jig is up and everybody's starting to see that stigma, that society standard, what Obama said and then what Bill Clinton said was a lie. Like Malcolm X said, but we're gonna let Denzel speak on it when it came to us not wanting to be fathers and not trying to do nothing about it to be fathers.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Yeah, so definitely shout out to y'all. Now I know this is definitely an unfortunate situation when it comes to your son, the one who's murdered. This was your oldest son, right?
Right.
I want to talk about that situation, on how that started from the beginning, for it to be the unfortunate tragedy that happened within years later. I want to talk about that.
Well, his mother and I were together about 2 years, man, and she's originally from Arizona. So we broke up. She moved back to her hometown, Arizona, several states away, of course. Man, during that time, man, again, bitterness. I would go down and see him back and forth, but he's growing up. There's nothing like a father, man, being in the home, though. And so he was getting to a point where he was growing, man. He was big in stature, but he was a young man. He was a preteen, and You know, you may think he's older than he is because he's tall.
Okay.
But around older guys that getting into some criminal activities because he's several states away from his dad. Now during this time, man, I'm like, hey, let him stay with me. Let him move to Texas. And you know, so we went back and forth over that, and that's our only child. So we went back and forth over that for a few years, man. It finally got to a point where he was in a lot of trouble and had a counselor. I spoke to the counselor, and I'm telling the counselor, hey, man, I just want him to move here. I think it'd be a good move for him. And the counselor agreed, and I guess his mom, my ex, and the counselor spoke, and she told the counselor that she would let my son move with me. The counselor tells me, I was like, I don't believe it, man. I'll believe it when I see it. So, unbeknownst to the counselor, she tells me, man, I'll let him move with you if you give me $5,000. And I'm like, what?
Wait, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
She tried to want you money?
Yeah. So he want to barter him. So I'm like, man, please, man. And so, and you know what? I probably would have done it if I knew for 100% she would have released him. But I was like, nah, she's gonna keep the money and keep him, right? And keep getting child support. This is what this is, right? But if I knew like 100% that, let's do it. But nah, I wasn't falling for that.
Right,
So,
100%.
hey, man, I say, man, maybe 6 months later, man, I get the call that he got killed in the parking lot trying to break into a young man's car.
So he was doing a crime when he was murdered.
Yes, he was. He and his cousin was trying to break into a car. I think the gentleman had a silent alarm, snuck up on him, and shot him, killed him. So the gentleman, I think he just got free. He went free, man. He went free. He had a fine, but that was it. But they say he was in the right. Probably the way where he fired the gun or whatever. You know, they could tack anything on him. But
wow. Okay.
this was on Mother's Day. He died on Mother's Day, and so
So he was killed on Mother's Day. And how old was he again?
16.
16 years old.
Yeah.
Now of course, like you said, she was calling you and telling you that he's not coming home when he's supposed to. He's out there banging or doing what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you begging, you asking, you pleading, let me get my son.
Right.
But yet she wouldn't do it.
No. And hey, man, when that happened, I'm going through this custody battle, man, this criminal case and all that.
This went on.
Yeah, this is
oh, wow.
These two in it, they crossed. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going through all that at the same time. That's in the book too. All this is in the book. Yeah.
So was you paying child support with her as well?
Yeah.
So I got to go back to the first baby mama, Terrence, because you lost your job,
mm-hmm.
and you was behind on child support with her.
Right.
So not only you behind on child support with her, you behind on child support with that woman as well.
Right. Yeah, for about man, and I'm gonna tell you, man, how good I guess, not to get religious, how good God is or how the universe works. So this thing was on my name, this pending felony, man. Lost my job. So I was out of work for about 9 months. About 9 months, man. Although I'm still applying for stuff, right? They're turning me down because this stuff is coming up. Man, this one contract, I let them know ahead of time before they did a background check.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always get a background check and a drug test for what I do, high level technical. So I told them, hey, this is what I got on me. I got this pending felony on me, told them what I'm going through, send them over the paperwork to let them know this is not a conviction. This is just something I'm going through. Man, they took a chance on me. They took a chance on me, man. And yeah. Man, even during that time, I had a homeboy. Shout out to Troy, man. Troy tried to get me a job at his place. He's a manager. They were hiring for a position where I was going to be his manager. This how cool this brother was.
I remember Troy. Shout out to Troy. I remember Troy.
Yeah, he tried to get me a job, man, where I was going to be his manager, man. And I was like, wow. They sent me through the process. Upper management liked me. But, man, when they sent it up to corporate, they saw I didn't have any experience in warehousing. You know, although I've been a manager, not in a warehouse situation. And they saw the difference in the money I would have been making. And they're like, man, he won't be here long. You know, he's just waiting to get back on his feet.
Yeah.
Okay. But I told the manager, I said, listen, this is a big difference in salary, what I was earning. Man, it's like a difference of $40K, bro. And I said, but listen, if you give me an opportunity, even when this is clear and I'm back on my feet, I can give you 2 years. I said, I might give you longer depending on how it turns out. You never know. But I'll at least bite the bullet and give you 2 years. She was cool with it, but upper management, corporate, they weren't feeling it. They were like, nah, this brother's resume and his salary he was making, nah, he won't be here. I don't trust it. So, yeah. But another company gave me an opportunity, even with that pending on me, man. So, yeah.
That's what's up, man. I want to give a shout out to Dead Set for the $5 donation. Once again, we can end this in a generation or two if we effectively teach our sons to keep their veins cold. I am driving that point home with my son. Shout out to you, my brother. Damn right. I ain't mad at you at all. And also, brother, he got sole custody. Just to let y'all know. He got sole custody. And he had to fight in court. And I believe he's in California. We talk behind the scenes. So shout out to him for having sole custody. He went through the ringer and he actually won in California. So shout out to Dead Set for that as well. Go ahead, SD. I know you had something to say.
We got to teach our boys, man, to operate on a high level. You know, man, when I look back where I'm operating now, when I look back, man, I wouldn't even deal with those women, man. Now, like, those women, but at the time, man, when I'm operating on a low vibration and I'm looking at the wrong things, man, you know, and you got to look at, man, how emotional stable is she? How mature is she? And if this doesn't work out, we got to be honest, if this doesn't work out, how will our relationship be? You know, we got to look at that stuff, man. How we got to look on and view things on a high level of vibration, man. And that's a way to avoid it. Now, even if you feel like she's the one, she's on a high vibration, brother, I would say always protect yourself, man. Have you some war chest that she doesn't know about, just in case, brother. Just in case.
Everything that you're saying, this is stuff that I've been saying, and I say it again. A lot of cats need to get off that.
That ass though, right?
Just like Perverted the Best said, and we have to do our due diligence to find out who we dealing with.
Right.
We have to know their background. We got to know how their family is. We got to know, do she believe in child support? Do she believe in being submissive? Do she believe in being a woman? Do she have a lot of masculinity?
Right.
Do she believe in controlling the narrative? Do she believe in the same faith? Because sometimes that's not a good look. I did videos on that where a woman used the kid's pawn for him to convert back to her faith. So you definitely have to do your due diligence and stop having sex with random women just because of the opportunity or because she got that money, the long hair, if it's hers, light skin, brown skin, tall, whatever. We have to do our due diligence. That's why we have to put our peen in check and stop having sex with all these women. Don't get me wrong, y'all. We can do the full background check. Everything looks good, and down the line it could change, but you'll feel better knowing that you tried your best versus saying, man, that ass though, right? She got money. She's she's a lawyer. She ain't like that shit. What my man say for the wire?
Shit.
Yeah, there's no guarantees, man. There's always there's all a gamble, but what we want to do, increase the probability of us winning. And so, man, you could get a brand new car right off the showroom, and it's a limit. Yeah, I mean, no miles on it. It could be a limit. So you never know, but just increase the probability of you winning in life.
100%, man. I want to give a shout out to my boy Kwame for the $10 donation. He said, I'm from Detroit, and I know you from the Chi, but you're the Barry Gordy of this here child support space. Keep putting out these Motown hits, my brother. Hey, appreciate you, fam. Shout out to Detroit, man. Hey, matter of fact, I ain't know you from the D, Kwame. Email me, man. I want to holler at you, man. If you in the D, I want to holler at you, bro. But shout out to you once again. I want to definitely give a shout out to Simply A Diva. She's in Texas also. She's out there south of Dallas. Shout out to her for the $10 donation. She said, keep sharing these stories. Fathers need to know they're not alone. Not at all. Not at all. Stepmother is going through it with a baby mama tears, and they got full custody, and yet it's still manipulation involved and trying to set the father up for failure. You just can't make this shit up. Yeah. So shout out to the 313 as well. Let me ask you this. How did you feel knowing that you tried big, plead, and to get your son to have a different environment, but this baby mama Tess continue to say, nope, $5,000 or nope, 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 nope. How did you feel knowing he could have been saved if she would have just been civil and cared about the son more than she cared about the money or more than she hated you, one or the other? How you feel? How did you feel about that?
Right. I wasn't shocked, brother. I wasn't shocked. I told her when I was trying to come to an agreement with her, I was telling her, hey, this is the road he's headed. This is the road he's going down. And this is the destination. The destination is either jail or death. I told her that. I literally told her that. So I wasn't shocked. Yeah, I was heartbroken. Yeah. I went through a moment of deep grieving, but I wasn't shocked, man. I told her this. It was headed this direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Damn. See that, and that's what I want y'all to realize. Where don't get me wrong, a lot of us been through fucked up situations, real bad, locked up, or been in jail, or your children manipulated. But a lot of y'all cannot relate to losing y'all son to the streets or your daughter to the streets because of a person that don't want to be civil, because of a baby mama terrorist, because of the court system. What I want to ask you, he was 16, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He was 16. How was y'all relationship before all this, you and your son? Because you in Texas, he's in Arizona. How was y'all bond?
On and off, man. It was strained, on and off. But the main thing, man, he didn't have any respect for his mom. So I don't know what he saw, what occurred. My thing was, to get him here. Most times when we talk, man, it was always good and pleasant. But towards the later years, I could see he had a lot of anger in him. And especially towards her and somewhat towards me, but especially towards her. My thing was, hey, let him move with me. But this thing, man, like I said, that was her only child. But even if it wasn't, I think women get into this thing where the children are their possessions. It's not your child together jointly. It's her child.
Right.
And it began to be possessive. And hey, man, that's unfortunately, man. She has to face that, man, every Mother's Day. Not only the death, but on Mother's Day.
Let me ask you this: do you feel? Do you with your son being killed? Do you feel it's your fault that it happened? Do you take any blame? Even though you was fighting and you begged, pleading, everything else, do you feel that it's your fault that situation happened to him?
On a surface level, no.
Mm-hmm.
We all got our own decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood, man. You grew up in Chicago, man. Like, we all have decisions. We all got our own mind. Everybody from the hood, everybody that didn't grow up with a father doesn't go down the road of darkness. So we all have our own decisions to make. Now, when you dive deeper, he's still my seed. I had a responsibility to plant my seed in fertile ground. I planted my seed in the wrong person, man. So I got to take responsibility for that.
Right, and I agree with you 100%. Y'all remember the video I did with the with KGB that played for the Green Bay Packers, and he has 8 children from his wife, and because he converted to Israelite and she was an evangelist, the Christianity community all kept him away from his children to the point where he watched his hands move on. And even he said that if anything happened to my children, they get killed in the street, anything, that is her fault. That's not your fault, and it's the court's fault for allowing it. And I'm glad you said that because that's how I feel from that aspect. From the surface, no, it's not my fault. Did what I did the best I could, and I couldn't take it anymore to the point I was getting sick. And I'm not gonna die young, but somebody don't give a fuck about me. So I had to wash my hands and move on. But I will say, yeah, take accountability, fella. That's what I say. The first thing we have to do, change law of the mind, take accountability because we plant them seeds.
Right.
If it was planned, whether it was not planned, you was married, you're not married, you have to take that accountability. So shout out to you for even coming with that narrative. That's what I'm trying to tell men. You have to. It's not your fault that happened. That's her fault. That's the system's fault. But you do have to take accountability for what happens with your children. But it's not your fault. Not at all. Now, I want to say something that Fire Flame said. She's a woman from Texas also. She said, she asked me, Mr. Palmer, they all agree to all the questions. And when the baby comes, it's a 360 change. I did it. It was all live. I want y'all to take heed of what she said. They all agree to all the questions that you asked. And when the baby comes, it's a 360 change. And she said in big caps, I did it. So she asked them questions the way he wanted to hear. And she said it was all lies. So y'all need to take heed. This from a woman. This ain't from no dude. This ain't from no dude. This ain't me just run off the mouth. This ain't SD just run off the mouth in this book. This is what she said. So take heed of that shit. But people get mad at me when I say a baby mama Tez can flip just like a snap on a finger. So if you don't want to get married, I don't knock it. If you don't want to have no kids, I don't knock it. You want to go overseas, I don't knock it. You want to get a second, I don't knock it. You do it you, so you don't get in this type of situation. She's a woman, y'all. She's been on the show a couple of times. She's a grandmother, and unfortunately, her son is going through a baby mama tears. Maybe that's why she 360 the mind frame, because now she see it from her blood. So again, I'm gonna read it again. Y'all take heed of this shit. You could do your due diligence, do all the background, everything, and they still can change.
Right.
Fire Flame will say it again, Mr. Palmer. They all agree to all the questions, and when the baby comes, it's a 360 change. I did it. It was all fucking lies. So I have to give her a shout out for telling that truth. And she's a woman, y'all. Take heed of that shit. Take heed of that. You can't make this shit up because this is real. So when the society tell you that you are no good piece of shit because you say no to getting married and say no to having kids, say no to even dealing with women. You rather just be a black pill or you want to go MGTOW, whatever makes you better as a man, you do that. Because you the one got a lot to lose with the shit blows in y'all face. Y'all saw that meme I said, her body, her choice, she get an abortion. You want the child. You don't want the child, her body, her choice. You paying child support, whether you be around or not. You can't make this shit up. You said it, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate you telling your truth. Bait and switch. Yeah, that's what it is. And I gotta ask you, when you lost your son, you knew it could have been prevented, but you didn't want to be civil versus the other. How was you able to cope and continue to live your life and do what you had to do to go forward? Because I never imagined losing my kids through the streets or losing my kids for whatever, dying before me. Because my dad always said that, the parent should go before the child.
Right.
You raise that child to live on, and but unfortunately in this day and age, the children go before. It can't happen where the child leaves before the parent for different reasons. They got to be in the streets. You can be sick, but it is unfortunate. How was you able to keep your mind clear and to keep living your life?
Yeah, I mean that's saying the parent should go before the child. I mean, that sounds good. I mean, that's an old,
But you know
yeah,
the reality.
yeah,
You should
but
have a
yeah,
child.
this has been happening since the beginning of time. You know, kids down before the parents. So, but anyway, man, I had to be alone. I had to be alone, meditate, ask myself a lot of questions, face a lot of demons, and you know, just you know, be honest and take accountability, like you said. That's the first step, and I talk about that in my book, man, A Toast to the Men, about taking accountability. And so, when I talk about my situation, man, with the courts and the custody case, man, that's probably 2 pages out of the book. This book is really about a book of accountability and working on self, getting to know self and working on self, and taking a hold of the reins of your life. But yeah, man, I had to be alone that long time, meditate, get to know me, know why I'm here, and know I'm here for a bigger purpose. You know, we're not here just for us. It's always something bigger, man. I'm not here talking to all these people that are logged in if I don't go through that. You know,
Facts.
yeah.
100% facts. And I want to say, I told you we talked behind the scenes a couple of years and everything. I bought the book. He gave me the book, but I still donated because I hate to hear, and I'm gonna say niggas. I hate to hear niggas expect, because I know you, we friends, we family. You'll buy some Jordans for $200, but you won't buy a book for $20 because I know you. You should give it to me because we cool. And how do you support one another if you're not supporting financially?
Right.
You can't give me everything. So I sent them the cash up anyway. Damn good book. Let's talk about this book, A Toast to the Men. Show them the cover.
Yeah.
I want to show them the cover. We're gonna talk about the cover first.
Yeah.
Now, y'all see on the cover, you see black hands, you see white hands, you see Latino hands, and so on.
Right.
What's the reason why? And the title is called Toast to the Men. One, I want to know what made you come with the title Toast to the Men, and 2, why you got all different colors of men's hand? Why you got different colors, different ethnicities in your cover of the book?
Right. Man, good question, Mr. Palmer. Man, the title, A Toast to the Men, I wanted to celebrate men. We're seldom celebrated, you know, and I wanted to celebrate men and not to write it as if I didn't want to write a piece of art as if we could do no wrong. No, but I was not going to emasculate my brothers. I was not going to beat down my brothers, and I wasn't going to simp for women. But I wanted to celebrate my men. Yeah, man, I wanted to celebrate my brothers, but also show some tough love. You know, a brother gave me a review on Amazon, a young brother. He said, man, this was like the big brother I never had talking to me and just giving me a game and giving me knowledge. And that's what it is, man. It's not preachy. I'm not acting like I'm perfect. I tell a lot of, you know, my failures in life in it. And it's just a conversation piece amongst brothers, man. When you read it, it's like you're having a conversation with another brother. Yeah, it's not preachy at all. The other reason, you know, for the title and the cover is, you know, a lot of men do not want to read, man. We're so busy, or we don't have the patience sit down to read. So I had to catch brothers' attention. So most brothers love to toast. Not everybody drink, but a lot of brothers, we down with toasting. Right. So with the cover, I had to catch your attention. So I got the title to get you, but with the cover, man, I had to have brothers toasting. But there's one brother with a water bottle. Like I said, so it's not about drinking. It's about celebrating each other and celebrating other men.
This
And
water.
it's about celebrating men, not just black men. Yes, I'm a so-called black man, but I'm down for men in general.
It's like men in pursuit of purpose, unity over the vision, 100% facts. When I talk about this system, we need to build a brotherhood. We need to bring masculinity back. We need to build fatherhood. We definitely need to change the laws in our mind as a whole, and put our difference to the side for a greater good. Will it be majority? Nope. You get the ones that's down for that cause, select few, and separate yourselves from these white knights, baby mama terrorists, lovers, and male feminists, and so on. So I agree with you 100%, and definitely shout out to you in your book. Put the book over so it can be seen again. To your right. Yeah. Let me find that link because brother put it up here. This is on the Amazon. And also for those that don't like to read, he also got the don't you got the one where you can actually listen to the recording?
Yeah, got it in 3 formats. Got it in audio book, I got it in ebook and the paperback. So yeah, there's no excuses, brothers. Actually, man, I like listening to audiobooks.
Me too.
Me too. I digest it better when I'm listening to it. I'm that type of learner. So yeah, I listen to a lot of audiobooks.
100%. How much is your books going for?
The paperback is going for 20. The ebook, man, don't quote me on this. I think the ebook is $3.99. And I want to say the audio book is around $12, $13.
Now, when you say ebook, you mean the book online where you can read it from your phone, download it, and read it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, from your Kindle or your phone or your tablet, or yeah, even your phone. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, from Cottage Grove. I don't know.
All right, man, it's all good.
I want to give a shout out to my boy Tola for the $5 donation. He said, Mr. Palmer, keep doing the work of the Lord. Clap, clap, clap. Baby Mama Ted's Purge. I already know what that means. I already know exactly what that means.
Here I come to save the day.
Shout out to my brother Tola. Yes, sir. So let them know, when did you do that? When did you do this book?
Man, I started writing this book December of 2018. I completed it in December of 2019, and it hit the internet. It hit Amazon, and I had hardcore copies in my hand. January is 2020, and it keeps growing legs, man. I thought it was dying down. It grew longer legs, and people are really feeling it. And they loving it. Hey, man, I'm appreciative. It's doing well. And I did it independently. I didn't even want to go through a publisher. Never sought after going through a publisher, a big-time publisher. Me and my wife did this on our own through our publishing company, Grambling Grove, and it's doing well.
Most definitely. What I also want to know is, I want you to reiterate what's in that book. Let them know what's on that book, and what you gonna be able to read, what they're gonna get out of this book.
Say, man, just jewels on how to roam this earth and get the best out of this life. It's jewels, it's some personal jewels. I go deep. I won't go into the stories, man. You got to get the book to see some of these stories I tell. But I don't think anyone is being this transparent like this, man. And so I go in, tell some real live stories, and it's doing well. You're gonna get some jewels about life, how to avoid some things, how to get your money up, how to get your life up, how to live and vibrate on a high level. And I'm telling you about some of my woes, some of my failures, but I've had a lot of wins also. So yeah, it's a great read, brothers. And I know it's my book. I'm supposed to say it's a great read, but that's what the people are telling me. And believe it or not, my number one supporter is the black female demographic, man. That's my number one supporter. They love the book. And hey, man, I have a brother, Lane Kidd, just met him. He read the book, loved it. He's giving it to his 13-year-old son. He's buying several of the books to give as Christmas gifts this winter. He said, that's my gift. This is your book. That's the gift I'm giving. And he said, man, it's a good father-son read. I never thought about that. But he said it's a good father-son read also.
Let me ask you this. Why do you think that the majority of individuals buying the books are black women? Why do you think that's it? Why do you think they're buying your book compared to black men and other ethnicities? Why do you think?
I think whether they want to admit it or not, man, they want to know us. They want to know how to better communicate with us, but I think a lot of them, most of them, are afraid to admit it because of ego. They definitely don't think it's a Steve Harvey type book because I don't give off those vibes. I don't make those kind of posts. So, I'm a straight shooter. I'm always, any post I got, man, is building up people, man. And any videos I create is about building up men. And so I think they're just curious to know what we're going through because I share a lot of stuff in this book that a lot of men don't talk about, brother.
100%. That's interesting. So you kind of say the black women that's trying to understand the black man, you think of them the ones that's trying to change the laws in their mind to, I guess, to get that a black man with value.
I think so, man. And it's unfortunate that those women are not highlighted. That they don't get the platform that's seen. They're not highlighted, man. Well, and so most times the other woman who's been resistant to the black male is highlighted. She gets the big stage. But man, there are women out there that wanna get along with brothers, man, and they wanna build homes, solid homes with brothers.
That's the unfortunate part. See, the majority of the new age women in this day and age are more looked at because the majority of them don't want to be the woman or the mother that they supposed to be. That's the unfortunate part.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, that's the
but this is all by design, I think, because brothers like us, brothers that's doing the right thing, trying to do the right thing. We're not highlighted like we should be. Also, it's the other brother that's highlighted. So you got to think about it, man. Why these two types of people get more visibility? So
let me ask you this: was you raised with your mother and father?
No, just my mother, my siblings. Yeah, single parent. And what's amazing, man. I don't know why I'm this way, man. I've never had any bitterness towards my father. I've always been objective. I'm an objective person. I think just by nature. That's just where I was born. And I always had the mindset, even as a young child, that hey, I never heard his side of the story. I don't know. So that's just always been my take, and I'm that same person today.
Okay. So you ever met your father?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, we never had a strong relationship, but yeah, I've definitely met him. Actually, the last few years, I've met some siblings, man, some half siblings, man. That one I'd heard about, and one I didn't know at all. Sister I didn't know about at all, and so we're building. Yeah, actually, man, 3 siblings are building. Yeah, that we have the same father with different mothers. We're building, and yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Nice One. He says there a link to the book. I can share it if so. The link's right here. I just put it up there. The link is right here, the Amazon.com, brother. Also, I pinned to the top his YouTube, and what I showed y'all was his Instagram. But definitely subscribe to that YouTube. Give him over 1,000. So then, you know what I'm saying, he could definitely do more things. Because we working together a long time. I've been working with him before he had a YouTube. He was on Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
I vouch for this brother. You know what I'm saying? I know him personally, been around him. It ain't like I just, ain't been around him. When I was going back and forth to Texas and shit, running for my child support, I'm over there to him. I brought him to my family house over there. He like guys and shit like that, and casual, laid back, and definitely independent, doing his own thing. So yeah, this is link, y'all, and the pin that's pinned to the top to subscribe to his page and his channel, because you gonna see him more than often on my platform. So you might as well do it now to say, hey man, I watch him come up too, because I'm here to build elite. I'm here for all men to change the laws of the mind. A lot of us went through the wreckage in order to be who we are today.
Right.
But yeah, definitely, definitely if y'all want to subscribe, I mean, personally, the book is right here.
And
Um,
let me tell you, man, this book, this book will make you cry, man. It'll make you think. There's some stories in there that make you laugh, like no doubt. It make you just crack up laughing. A few stories like that, man. And it's a well-rounded piece of art, man. And so I'm getting very good feedback on it.
100%. I want to give a shout out to the Bell 5,000 for $5 donation. He said, "Do you think black women want tips on raising sons themselves with the book?" What's your take on that, brother?
Wow, that's a question I hadn't thought about, man. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking in that regard. But if that's what they're thinking, they're mistaken. Yeah, it ain't not a blueprint on how to raise boys as a single parent. Yeah, it's not that blueprint at all.
Right.
So they bought it for that reason. I thank you for the donation, but you're gonna be disappointed. Yeah.
No, and only that, if somebody trying to, first of all, like you said, you can't raise a boy to be a man, so then you waste your time. And number two, if they is on that type of bull, then those are just a baby mama test. Those are not some real black women, because a real black woman gonna try to better themselves to find that man that they want. So yeah, somebody like that, baby mama tears to the T. That was an excellent question too, brother.
It was.
Appreciate you. This is also YouTube, even though it's pinned to the top, just in case y'all not looking up. Hey man, truth is what it is. So yeah, man. So with the book, do you plan on coming out with any other books, or do you have any other books that's coming out, or did you do any other books?
Oh yeah,
with the books.
Yeah. I'm working on my second book, my second piece of art. This is going to be a 3-book series, and this is called Palmer Christie, man. And with this book, it's a real life fiction, meaning for this book, I interviewed 13 women, real life interviews. I got them on tape, so it's going to be a documentary, eventually a movie, but it's going to be a 3-book series, and telling their true stories. But I'm adding some fiction to it also. But this is, although A Toast to the Men is my baby, and I love it. I mean, this one, man, this is man, I'm hitting this one out of the park with this one, man. 3-book series, Palmer Christie. That's coming out next year.
That sounds like.
And that came about because I was getting so much support for women, which shocked me. I said, let me, the women kept coming to me, right? And this is a lesson for women. This women kept coming to me, hey, when are you going to do a toast to the women? So, what happened is women be wanting our energy.
Right. They killing me, man.
They want energy. So women that are listening, let us have our thing. You know what I'm saying? Let us have our thing, and you can have your thing, but don't try to, impede on our masculinity. Me
too, act. Me too.
Yeah. And sometimes, man, I think they just don't know, bro. So I had to be patient with them coming to me with that, because I don't think they really know. So it was a teaching moment. And so I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And so I just brainstormed, and man, this title just came to me, man. It came to me, and I want people to look up Palmer Christie and the meaning of it. And in a nutshell, man, that's the woman. The woman has the power to heal and has a lot of good properties, but also can destroy you, man. If she don't know who she is and you don't know who she is, can also destroy you.
I'm so glad you told him that, because again, this one comes out with integrity. Now he know he have more black women buying his books. The average joker will say, yeah, I don't agree with what I'm saying, but what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm just gonna make a book, A Toast to the Women, the black women or the women, whoever, because I'm gonna get some money, I'm gonna get some shine, I'm gonna get more notoriety, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my integrity in the garbage can. So I definitely got to give you a shout out for keeping your integrity intact because you're about the truth and what's real. And that's what's the difference between me and a lot of these fake ass YouTubers that be trying to keep me out of the runway. Man, y'all put up the one up in here. Shout out to my brother SD for keeping his integrity because a lot of people lack integrity.
No doubt.
So that's what's up. Because the average joker would have said, well, Simple Force would have said, you know what? Y'all want that? I'll write a book for you. I got you. You know, Steve Harvey's.
Right, right, yeah. I mean, I gotta be able to look myself in the mirror and myself the other day, brother. Yeah.
A Toast to the Baby Mama Terrorists. Yeah, that's a good book. Yeah, right. You can't make this shit up, man.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's a bug, man. I'm sorry. I love money. I want fame, notoriety. I want my book sales 100,000 and more if I can. But goddamn it, I'm not finna lose my integrity for it.
Right.
That's like making a deal with the devil.
Right. I agree.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But yeah, man. Man, let me ask you this. I gotta ask you this. Is you still on child support? Or is that done?
Yeah, it's wrapping up soon, man. Yeah, I'll be done soon. Yeah.
This is what I gotta ask you. So you're doing these books, and the course is doing numbers.
Uh-huh.
Has the baby mama tell try to get some money off them books? You know, he got a book.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, I haven't noticed that. Nothing's been sent my way, but Gremlin Grove puts out the book. That's an LLC, and they put out the book for SD Booker. You know, so the courts are dealing with SD Booker. Right. Do you get what I'm saying?
Y'all. You know I know. I want y'all to understand what he just said. Please repeat yourself when it comes down to you selling your book. I want you to repeat yourself because I'll tell you in due time behind the scenes, this is what we're gonna be talking about. Tell them again, brother.
Yeah, the company that puts out the book, who publishes the book, is Gremlin Grove Publishing, LLC. LLC has a contract with the author, SD Booker. SD Booker has no ties to family court, child support court.
Change the law in your mind, fellas.
Right.
Change the law in your mind, fellas. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? There's ways around it. If you learn, get the knowledge. We're gonna definitely talk about it in due time behind the scenes. Don't stop your livelihood because you worry about what child support gonna do or what the baby mama Terry's gonna do. Remember that.
You gotta be creative, push forward, keep your head up. You know, do what you're supposed to do. But hey, man, you gotta live a life too.
Yeah, 100%. Wow, that's what's up, man. Let me ask you this: how's it going in Texas, man, with the pandemic? Is they shutting it down? Do you have to wear a mask everywhere you go? How is it going? Because you're in a Republican state. A lot of these dumb Democrats don't try to do that bullshit. How's it going? Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, Mr. Palmer, man. It was talks that, man, we were gonna shut down again because
I was out there with you was shut down the first time I went out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to wear masks when we went to the steakhouse, I believe. Yeah. And where I take you? Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse. Yeah.
Roadhouse. I had a nice time. That was nice.
Yeah. You came up in there with your fuck child support shirt on. I was like, whoa, man, like that.
You know what? I just thought about it. Tell them how we met when I came out there. We met on Instagram, and what made me deal with his brother. One, he told me a story. Two, he's still writing books, and he went through all this.
Yeah,
I gotta come out there and talk to his brother. Let him know how you met me when we was out there, man. Because I've been out there numerous times, back and forth, going to Texas with my broke ass. But let him know, man.
Yeah, man. We met on Instagram. I reached out to you, man. I was digging what you were doing, the movement. It was different. I'd never seen a movement like this, right? And it was creative. And so, especially the skits, running from child support, right? So I was like, man, this brother's creative. And lo and behold, I didn't know that you were coming to Texas periodically, delivering. And man, we made it happen. You came down, man. We went out to lunch, chopped it up, and then you came back again, met your people. You know, your people stayed near me, a little suburb near me. Met your people. Had some good drinks and smoked cigars.
Yeah.
And and just I think came out again another time. I think we met up at Walmart. We met up at Walmart, I believe.
Yeah, I know about Walmart. Walmart always hiring.
Yeah. So that's when the pandemic was bad then, man. And man. But now some people say you got to wear your mask if you go to the businesses. Some ain't tripping on it. I don't know, man. I'm just pushing.
Yeah, because he saw me with the fuck child boy hat and everything. I told y'all, man, I don't give a fuck. I wear it, man.
It's it online, but when I saw like, man, we in the restaurant and you got it on, I was like, man, they gonna kick this brother out. But the waiter was like, yeah, man, I dig it.
The white dude, yeah, he like, I dig it.
Like, yeah, man, I dig it, man. Yeah, man. I was like, man.
Oh yeah, for y'all that don't know, this is the baby mama terrorist. Walmart is always hiring. When you complain about not having money or your guys are deadbeat, just go to career, careers.walmart.com and you can always get a job there. There's always opportunity for shit like you. So yeah, I am on the line. I'm like that in the streets, man. I mean, say because a lot of people ask me, have you ever got ridiculed? No, I ain't never got disrespected, but people say, I had one lady ask who hurt me, and I said the system and baby mama terrorism. But other than that, some people turn their heads, some people laugh, some people like, I support it. Some people don't say shit, pretend like they don't say it. And some do ask me like, man, I agree with this, and we talk about it, and I show them what I got going on and go from there. So shit, I don't see what the big deal is. No different wearing the Trump mask, a Black Lives Matter mask, a Jesus mask. I'm wearing my fuck child support mask. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, man. So you saying with the pandemic, you saying that the pandemic is basically trying to do it again with this shutting it down, possibly.
Yeah, I mean there's been talks of that. I mean, who knows, man. It's out of our control, brother. Yeah. So I'm focused on working on this second book, man, Palmer Christie. Just doing my thing, man. And I got some big things coming up, brother.
Yeah. Let them know about the interview with the brother Mortal Minds.
Yeah, Soul Immortal. And y'all gotta go check out his page too, Soul Immortal. And did a conversation with him, a one-on-one with him, maybe 3 days ago. Went well, man. That's some classic stuff. And this is gonna be a classic one here, brother. I can tell it's gonna be epic, man. Good information we're giving these people. But that's a blessing, man. Two epic, two classic, back-to-back one-on-ones, brother, with two good brothers. So Soul Immortal, go check out him. And support that brother's movement, also his page. Support my YouTube page and my IG. Support the book, man. You will not be disappointed. Actually, man, that $20 for this is a steal. It's a steal. I'm giving you a lot of stuff in that book, and Soul Immortal swears by it. He swears by it. But yeah, that's a steal for $20.
And Soul Immortal has over 100,000 subscribers on his page. I never heard a brother talk to SD. I saw the interview. Definitely off the chain. Y'all need to check him out. He's definitely about growth and bringing masculinity back and keep masculinity, and definitely again changing laws in our minds.
No doubt.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Jim Palmer. I call him my distant cousin because he got the same last name. He's a white brother in Florida, and he went through the bullshit with the baby mama terrorists and the L Nation. And he said anyone that disagrees with father's rights has never been life or, grape by the system. That shit is real regardless of race or social status. That's why I try to tell y'all. That's why my platform is diverse. That's why it's people from East Africa, West Africa, UK, Norway, all over. Even got people from Brazil and India on this platform. If not on this platform, definitely on IG. You can't make this shit up. So shout out to Jim Palmer, who continued to come on here and support me. He was on Facebook. He came on Facebook with the Fuck Child Support movement. So definitely, we definitely got to change the laws of mind, man. Now, let me ask you this, brother. Do you feel, like I say again, I created the term change the laws of your mind, but obviously men and even women have changed the laws of their mind to make for a better good for themselves and their foundation, and hopefully spread to others. Right. When did you realize that you had to change the laws of your mind, or when did you change the laws in your mind to do what you're doing today?
Well, at different times, man, there's phases and levels. As far as, I've been through a stage where I had to change the laws of my mind about money or career or being independent. But as far as this, fatherhood and dealing with women, man, I think that really came in the midst of going through all this stuff. Man, I had to change my mind and how I dealt with certain things. Now, I'm done with having children. But so it's up to me. Yeah, it's up to me to give this back to I'm here to give this back to other brothers of all races, nationalities, ethnicities, so because we're all going through it or can go through it. Yeah.
100%. All right, well, I'm not going to hold you no longer. I got to get back on the couch and do what I do best. High value deadbeat and all. Oh, yeah, because that's the unfortunate thing. You went through all this trial and tribulation. You almost got locked up in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they know for a fact that that's not true, they know for a fact that you didn't cause this havoc and harm and so on, but they continue to say you still a deadbeat. You still didn't want to be a father. You didn't fight hard enough. It's your fault. Your mama black and so on. Right. What do you got to say to all them? Because I'm sure you still get that stigma, even though you doing much better than others and baby mama terrorist and still survive. You still living. You still growing. You teaching others to do the same thing. What is your thoughts on that before we get the hell out of here?
Yeah, first, man, you got to believe who you are. Know who you are. Believe in who you are. Give people the middle finger, literally and figuratively. And sometimes, man, you got to give that middle finger to yourself. When you start talking down on yourself, that insecurity kicks in, that lack of self-confidence kick in. You got to look yourself in the mirror, give yourself that middle finger and say, nah, I'm better than this. I'm here for a purpose. I got a mission, and I'm great. That's what I got for you, fellas.
And you know what? In other words, he's saying just like our boy Reverend X.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
100%.
No doubt. No doubt.
Tuning in, brother. This not going to be the last time at all. But what I want you to please do, once again, show them that book, show them where they can get it, give them all your social media, especially YouTube. Move it over, right there, and let them know how they can get involved with you.
Yeah, I mean, Toast to the Men can be purchased from any book distributor, in any publication. So Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, got it in 3 formats: ebook, audio book, paperback. YouTube, man, follow me. Good channel, good content. It's a Toast to the Men with SD Booker. On Wednesdays, I have a segment called Wednesdays with Yaya. That's my wife. So every Wednesday, Shan and I, we chop it up and give something to the people. I also have conversations, one-on-ones like this with people. One dropped yesterday, I believe, or the day before. So, I'm just building up the channel, giving back what I can give. IGS.D.Booker. And I'm going to keep giving up the game, giving up the knowledge and the lessons I've learned.
I have to let you know. And I just got, this, I'm going to keep it real with you. Most of the men that I associate myself with that's on this platform, even outside this platform, they don't want to hear nothing about you being married. They don't want to hear nothing about that. They're not going to get married. They live in a free agent lifestyle. So I want you to please let them know that you just don't talk about being married. You talk about a variety of things. So I don't want y'all thinking that all you talk about is get married and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it is. I mean, I was a sucker for doing it. You know what I'm saying? He married. That don't mean we teach. You know me, I ain't telling everybody to do it. So don't assume that his page is just about getting married. This is
No.
not Steve. Go ahead, let him.
Yeah, it's probably the furthest from that. I don't even think I talk about getting married ever. I don't even think I made a video. Yeah, I don't encourage men to get married. Hey, man, to each his own, man. No, man, it's far in between where you can find a woman that you really vibe with. You know, it's like a needle in a haystack sometimes. So I tell men, and what I give to men is focus on self. You know, focus on self, and I believe you'll attract the energy you put out there. But man, if you're on that low vibration, that's what you're gonna attract. I could look back on my life, and the women I encountered, I had issues with, is when I was dealing or living on a low vibration. But when I started living better, thinking better, acting better, I attracted a different type of woman.
Okay, yeah. So I just want people to know that, you know, so because everybody, I mean, in this day and age, because of what's going on in the future, I ain't mad at him. I ain't. Huh?
Echoing.
Oh, hold on. Let me put you on all right there. Hold on. How's it now?
Yeah, still static. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I don't know, something changed.
See. Yeah, how's it now?
Yeah, still static. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. What's going on?
It's all good, brother. Hey, man, we gave the people what they wanted, what they needed, brother.
Way, you know what I mean? But yeah, I apologize for the background noise. I don't know what's going on. I have to check what's going on. But I'll definitely need to subscribe and because he's definitely part of the team. So, oh damn, he got knocked out. Do y'all still hear the audio like that? Do y'all still hear it? The background? Let me know if y'all still hear it. He'll be right back. Let me know if y'all still hear the static. Right now, I don't hear no more static. Do y'all still hear static? Yep. It's YouTube then. It's YouTube. Wayne say I sound cool. Mr. Palmer say kind of scratch. Okay, Mr. Knight says good. I'm good now. Okay, yeah, it gotta be YouTube, bro. It's been clean all this time, bro. Hopefully come right back. Oh, it was his audio. It could have been his audio, but I just checked. Oh man, hey, I want to give a shout out to Oak Summers. Let me tell you about Oak Summers. Oak Summers been doing this thing on Facebook, and he was doing the shit I talk about on Facebook before everybody started going on YouTube. He's from Chicago as well. We got to link up. And I remember when he was coming out with a podcast and everything before I even thought about the YouTube. I was still doing my Facebook and I was doing IG. Shout out to him. And hopefully once he set up, man, he'll be part of the team. You know, so definitely call out this bullshit that we call baby mama terrorists and these civic forces. So yeah, man, shout out to my boy Oak Summers, man. So definitely, yeah, I gotta check my shit. Yeah, BMT trying to interfere with the channel, but yeah, I'm not gonna hold y'all no longer. I don't know what's going on with SD, but this is Link. I'm gonna see if he's gonna come back in before we get out of here. You know, but this is definitely his YouTube. Y'all definitely subscribe to him. Definitely a good brother. Perverted at best. Say my fam will hate me and ban me from fam if I talk the real. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what I say. Wash your hands and move on. Fuck them. Because don't change who you are. And all you doing is telling the truth and exposing the bullshit. and they want to go against you because they don't want to go against the fucking code. Don't be no sucker. Yeah. And this is his Facebook page, y'all. You know what I mean? So y'all definitely, yeah. Hey, Oak, inbox me your number. We'll talk. If not today, definitely tomorrow. We're gonna talk. We could talk tomorrow. Yeah, we could chop it up. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, even better. But yeah, definitely put your number in there. I'll give you mine, man. We good to go. You know, yeah, I'm thinking it's clear. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But damn. So I don't know where it must be SD, man. But it's all good. Y'all got to hear everything basically. So one moment right quick. One moment. Matter of fact, yeah, he did. I'm telling you, I think what happened was, oh, here you go. I just want to say, what's up, bro? You there, bro?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now,
Okay.
bro. So that was you?
Yeah. My phone had to go to my laptop.
Okay, well, we finna get off anyway, brother. But one more time, tell them how they can subscribe and reach you, and then get off these YouTubers and these baby mama Terrors start doing the sideline hating anyway. So it's all good, brother.
Okay. Well, yeah. YouTube, man. A toast to the men with SD Booker. Then we got the book.
Yes, sir.
A Toast to the Men. Get it on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere. It's everywhere in 3 formats. IG S.D. Booker. Come follow me.
100%. 100%. Brother, I appreciate you tuning in. We definitely gonna continue doing what we're doing. We're gonna continue to grow, change the laws of mind. You know how we talk behind the scenes of what we got going on, so don't even worry about it. People already subscribed and everything. Shout out to Noble. Appreciate you, my brother. We definitely gonna continue to change the laws of mind and grow. And I appreciate you for doing the Lord's work and you having integrity and continue to not let nothing.
No doubt, brother.
change
I
you from-
appreciate you, Mr. Palmer, man. Thanks, brother.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. You definitely have a good one, sir. And I'll definitely contact you after we get off this bad boy. Most
No
definitely.
doubt. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate you to the fullest, fam.
Peace.
All right, peace. Yeah, this was definitely a great, Couch Chronicles. Hey, look, and this what I'm gonna do for y'all. Be Oh man, I want to give a shout out to Minister Jap, man, for the 1999. He said, "Love to my family, bro. Cook." Shout out to Minister Jap, man. He out there in ATL kicking with all the YouTube content creators. He was with Kevin Samuels. He was with Alpha Male Strategies. He was with I believe the Star from the Star Report. He out there definitely grinding, networking, building, and growing, changing the law in his mind, and all he's doing is exposing the truth. So yeah, shout out to Minister Jap. Hopefully he's back home safely, back in Chicago. Hopefully he back on his couch. You know we do for a living. And soon me and Minister Jap will be doing the duo and cooking like we do best in Chicago. You can't make this shit up. Shout out to Minister Jap. Shout out to Minister Jap to the fullest for the 1999 donation. You really helped me with the Couch Gang. Yes, you can't make this shit up. Shout out to Minister Jap, man. He put me on game as well. And that's when I'm doing certain things a little bit different from what I did before. So yeah, shout out to Minister Jap, man. But yeah, what I'm gonna do before we get off this motherfucker, I gotta play the video to Pump and Dump because I don't want y'all to think. I don't want y'all to think that we're not out here pushing it. We is pushing it, and the video is that business, and it actually made people get in their feelings. It made a lot of people love it. We changed the whole dynamic when it came to this space with Pump and Dump, Pump and Dump. And we doing stuff, me and Ramil behind the scenes. And we definitely going to continue to put this song out there. It's on the SoundCloud. Just type in Mr. Palmer, Boss Daddy, and you'll be able to check. You'll be able to listen to the music. Also, this is Minister Jap page. If y'all ain't subscribed to him, Most of y'all came from Jap as well. So, but just in case, definitely subscribe to Minister Jap. And for those who never checked out the video, it's on my YouTube platform. It's on my YouTube platform. But just in case y'all didn't see it, it's there. You just have to scroll down. Check us out, y'all. And then we're going to get the fuck out of here. Man, I told your ass child support. Child support. Man, I ain't trying to hit nothing that you need. I told you, child support. I paid child support every month. That what you wanted, that what you got. Child support. Hey, man, if it's that bad, man, I told you, Walmart is always high. I ain't trying to hit all that shit, man. I'm ready to fuck up with that.
Hey, yo, man, what you doing over there?
Hey, you know me, man, just, sitting on the couch. Well, now I'm on the bench, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you ain't saying nothing before the word. I gotta go, bitch. Oh, shit. Hey, man. Shit, you know what I do for a living. I know, man, but we gonna pump it down today. Damn right. Goddamn, let's fuck this shit. Pump it down for these bitches. Yeah. Mr. Pump.
They've been waiting on this one.
Go dummy,
Let's get it.
Pump and dumping these bitches. Yep. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes.
Yo, hit the bitch once, don't call her back. Hit the bitch once, now calling back. She going to my phone, I tell her I ain't home. I ain't tryna tell her that the hair was whack. Bitch get mad, I fuck around, get smacked. I ain't really tryna go through all that. Say you want the truth, but I know that's cat, bitch. I'm an OG, don't fall for the trap. Talk me back and get dropped. Raise the voice, the bitch block. Think you the only baddie out here that shooting shots, bitch stop. I ain't like these simp niggas that open doors and wanna hold your hand. I'ma be the side dude inside you, see back to your man. Hoes say that I'm toxic. Nah, bitch, these niggas lost it. Lame niggas gassing up your head. I don't like pics, you get dick instead. Got hair while smoking on the endo. Then put the bitch in the friend zone. So many hoes can't worry about one. So I pump and dump hoes, yeah, one of done hoes, yeah.
Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. I don't give a fuck about nan bitch. These simps are the ones you can control. Simping forces, son husbands, blue pill and sideline haters. You wanna talk, I'll see you later. I don't wear a cape so I can't save ya or date ya. So what's going on? I'm coming to your home looking for some dome. You don't get down like that? What the fuck you at? Then trip bitch or stay at home. But here's the kicker, she wanna ask for dough like I'm one of them niggas. I ain't got shit. Walmart's always high and ho, so you better find your ass some business. I ain't got time for that fuckery. I don't play games, I stay sucker free. I'm Mr. Palmer, better recognize me. I know you get down, you belong to the streets. Stop playing games, holler celibate. Saying your body count is irrelevant. Man, you were just an embarrassment. Another pump and dump, baby mama Terry. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. So yeah, I wanted y'all to definitely.
If you are trying to lose body
fat,
fat, stop.
Shut up, bitch. Wanted to check that shit out, man. We put it out there. Here's the thing, y'all. Don't get it twisted. It ain't about no pumping and dumping, meaning none of some bitch get it pregnant and gone about the business. Nah, just like the brothers say, church don't teach that, and I ain't either. What it mean is if you're gonna sit back and you don't want to get married and you ain't gonna have no kids, have sex with them going about your business. That's Ramil's thing, pump and dump. He don't mean fuck them out of rubber and get them pregnant and gone to the sunset. The reason why we came up with that song, because it was entertainment, it was comical, and it was funny. Also because a lot of men nowadays, they rather just pump and dump, go on about their business, and keep the rubber with them and everything else. I say, don't even bother to fuck them because they don't deserve to get your peen. They have to earn that shit, and that's how you be on some real shit. That's how you raise your standards. I don't care how fine she is, or how her ass is, how her hair is long, even if it's not hers, or if it is her, light skin, dark, it don't make a difference. She gotta earn that shit. So don't get it misconstrued with mean pump, dump, and get it pregnant and run off. Nah, that ain't what it's about. But what I will say is it's definitely catchy. And the little dance we did y'all know that punk ass Drake got a new song? It's like a workout song, and he's doing the pump and dump. He took that shit from my motherfucking hook. When we doing that, go look at the latest video he made, and he's like he working out. Him and the bitches doing this shit. He took that shit. That song just came out after pump and dump, and I be damned that nigga ain't bite that. That nigga always biting somebody else's style, music, and even lingo. That's what this motherfucker do. Go check it out if you think I'm lying. Ramil talked about I put it in my community. So we're going to keep pushing the shit. So evidently, by this mod trying to take the lingo, it must be something going right in that direction. So yeah, y'all definitely support. It is on the SoundCloud, the audio. In due time, it's going to be the Baby Mama Tears video coming out as well. So yeah, we're going to continue to do that and come out with some hits. And I'm going to continue to bring my pipe dream music back when it comes to my music. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get a record deal. I'm just trying to put it out there for y'all who support me to check out my skills. I don't need no record deal. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got no Lord support, you can't make this shit up. I'm good. Shout out to Cal. He said, wow, Mr. Palmer, that was quality music video and the beat and the lyrics. Salute to you, my man. We all appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate you, my brother. And shout out to Wise Motivation because he's the one that mixed it down and edited. Definitely support on here. Who say the song ain't trademark? Who say the song copywritten? That ain't no problem. I don't do that. I was doing music a long time ago when I called myself trying to be a rap artist. So yeah, I'm handling that. We don't have to worry about that. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, that song is in my video on YouTube. Just scroll down, you'll see it. It's also on Ramil's page, and we just doing something and spreading awareness and the noise out here to the public. By any means necessary. So yeah, appreciate y'all support. Appreciate y'all supporting my brother SD. And shout out to SD for telling this story because you can't make this shit up. A lot of men went through a lot of bullshit and ordeals before they became who they are. So imagine if y'all didn't hear this. You wouldn't believe this shit. You know what I mean? Or if you had the same ideology that these baby mama tears are telling you the truth. You know what I mean? You would never known this if you'd have kept quiet, didn't want to say nothing, got his head down with the shades drawn and shit like this. This is why we have to tell our story. Because you never know what's going on behind a man's mind. So I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support. Peace. You can't make this shit up. I'm out of here. Let me see. Let me take this shit out. Let me see if this shit working.
Baby mama terrorist.
Yes.
BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. Riding around, try to play the Romans, innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos, behind closed doors, she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong, knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worrying about another bitch instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
You can't handle the truth.
How dare you do this to me? How do you live with yourself?
Truth is what it is.